Good morning to you. It must be 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful Friday, the 13th of November of 2020, because it's time for Hardison'S Tips. We give tips to all of our brothers and sisters in the automotive space, to the retail space, to the up and down the street, to the in-home sales, to the major account, key account. You know who you are because you're getting dressed right now to hit the ground running and end the week strong. So, just going to get to it. There are still many of our brothers and sisters, because of what they do and their beliefs and their comfort level, that are still cold calling. And they have to get past that dreaded gatekeeper. You see, gatekeepers have gotten very good at their job, which is protecting the key decision maker from the vendors, from the partners, from the salespeople, from whomever's trying to get to them. So, of course, they're going to say, send us some information or shoot us an email. I'll make sure it gets to him or her. And once we're in that position, we've lost control of the conversation. So, there are a lot of suggestions out there that say, well, we should make sure we're in the driver's seat and call him by first name. We should be presumptuous and call as if we're already having the appointment. The problem is for most gatekeepers, they know all of the tactics. And those have been drilled in their head for years and years and years. Oftentimes, it's pretty irritating to have somebody call us by first name or assume that we're just going to take the call. So I'd like to rethink that a little bit. And this goes to the compelling reason that the decision maker wants, needs to talk to you. Unless we've thought that through and have that in our mind before we call, I don't think we should expect a phone call to go through for them, the decision maker, and get a response, email, voice message. So, some of the things you might do to make up the compelling case and create that urgency to get that appointment: provide a gift, content in advance. So maybe we'll send an article, a white paper, something tangible that we can leave. I especially like the idea of sending them a letter. Maybe that's a handwritten note or a copy of an article about a one note or one stop that you've seen dealing with what they do. When you start getting creative, you'll get better at cold calling. Now, that's a much more compelling and a more interesting way of just overviewing it. But let me give you this story. We're putting it in a context that the gatekeeper can't say no. We're putting whatever our introduction with this gatekeeper to a position where they can't say no. That information's already out there. They're going to be thinking to themselves, well, is my boss, my decision maker, going to be upset because they didn't get this information? Or do I request it? By putting the gatekeeper in the situation where he or she's uncomfortable because they did not receive your note, your email, your gift, your get message, whatever it may be, this is so compelling that they will probably want to take your phone call or at least be put through to have the conversation. So, again, I think beyond some of those tips we have heard in the past, decades after decades, we need to think hard about what's going to be the compelling part that you're going to use on the gatekeeper. What piece of interesting information can we make that's going to cause that person to take notice and give you the opportunity to have a conversation with the decision maker? So these are just some things to think about when it comes to getting past a gatekeeper. If they say just send an email, if we do that, realize that you're lost control of the conversation. They're probably not going to respond. Let's give them a reason. Let's give them the compelling reason for them actually returning or want more information about your message. But it's all how you set it up. Either at some value, and the gatekeeper does not want the decision maker to miss out on the value, or they've controlled you by simply saying, send of something. If I put in my time in there, I would like to go as far as I can getting to the decision maker. Cold calling is tough, but it's so rewarding because that's some of the best deals that can be made when it is impromptu, on the spot, no appointment, and you found a way to get through to communicate with them. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies, giving you a little Hardison'S tips for Friday, November the 13th of 2020, as we wind down another great week of selling. So get dressed, hit the bricks, catch them early, take no for an answer, and you'll find yourself having a tough week. But pursuing on with solutions after you've heard what the guest needs, wants, and desires are. Now you're going to have a great day and hopefully the end of a great week. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies, as always, imparting, you go out and